Hello, it's MattyFBaby back with some more Jungle Cup action for you. And today we're going to be going over two little off-meta picks in Breloom and Yanma. And Breloom's only ranked number 27, but that's pretty low ranked. And then Yanma is ranked number 52 overall from PvPoke. But Breloom can do a really good job of, if you don't have a Heracross, you need something that has counter that will be able to beat a Vigoroth. Breloom was able to do that. And then Yanma is just another little off-meta option as like a flying type attacker, something that can handle the Heracross itself, you know what I'm saying? It can handle Heracross, it can do it. So yeah, let's go talk about these two Pokemon real quick. Alright, so let's start with Breloom. It's going to be a grass and fighting type Pokemon. It's going to have a lot of weaknesses. They'll be up here on the screen. The main ones I'd say have to worry about for jungle is the 2 times weak to flying for sure, and then you got the poison and psychic types that are going to be the most prevalent weaknesses that it has. It's very flimsy and frail in general, but also packs a real big punch with that counter. So the preferred moveset according to PvPoke is going to be counter, and then sludge bomb and dynamic punch. So yeah, the sludge bomb is going to be able to hit up those grass Pokemon for super effective and neutral damage for the grass poison boys. And then you also have the fighting type dynamic punch that's just going to hit like a truck. So anyways, the cool thing about Breloom is its key matchups. So it is a flimsy boy, so we got to be careful, but its key matchup number 1 is Vigoroth. According to PvPoke, it has a battle rating of 645, so not the highest score, but it does beat Vigoroth. And then it has really good rankings against battle scores against some really prevalent Pokemon in the meta, and some really high ranking Pokemon in Magnezone and Magneton. Has a 905 against Magneton and an 890 against Magnezone. And then against the Alolan Golem and Golem and Gravelers, it also has a plus ranking there at 755 each. So it does really good against a lot of the top ranked Pokemon for this meta. Now, some of its top counters are going to be a lot of the bug type Pokemon, bug and flying type, so you really got to watch out for stuff like Noctowl and Pidgeot, and they're going to just beat it up with those flying fast moves, even like a Scyther and stuff. Yeah, but you see Masquerain, Scyther, Yanma, Dustox, and Beedrill. So yeah, like I said, we got to watch out for confusion users, flying type attacks, and then some poison type attacks from like a Beedrill or something. But there's not too many Pokemon that will be running poison type fast moves. So there's a little breakdown on Breloom. I think it does a really good job at filling Heracross's role if you don't have a Heracross because it's regional. Alright, so next let's go with a huge off-meta pick. Yanma is ranked number 52 overall, as I said. It's bug and flying type. It has a lot of weaknesses. The main ones we got to worry about are the regular weakness to fire and the 2 times weakness to rock. That is going to hit you like a truck. And PvPoke has the preferred moveset as Wing Attack, and then Silver Wind and Ancient Power. I thought that Aerial Ace may be preferred, to help you get the bug and grass type Pokemon down a little faster. In particular, the Heracross is a bug and fighting that is going to take 2 times weakness to Aerial Ace, but it has Ancient Power as the second preferred move over Aerial Ace. It's only 27% usage as opposed to 16, so it's not that huge of a gap in between Ancient Power and Aerial Ace, so I think you could get away with doing Aerial Ace instead of Ancient Power, but it is nice to have 2 charge moves that have a chance to buff your stats. And you want Wing Attack as that fast move because we want to hit up those grass and bug types for that super effective damage. So the cool thing about Yanma is its key matchups as well. It also has plus matchup against Vigoroth. It can beat Vigoroth, who is the George of the jungle. He's the king of the jungle for this cup, and has a 600 battle rating as Vigoroth. There aren't too many Pokemon that have super high battle ratings, so if it's above 500, you gotta take what you can get. And then it also beats some pretty cool picks in like a Vespiquen, which I think is a pretty cool Pokemon. And then we got Venusaur and Meganium, 2 of the grass boys. It's gonna beat that. It's gonna beat a lot of the grass boys. And then it has Dustox as well, which I wish I could invest into a Dustox and use one. I think it's a really cool Pokemon, and yeah, one day I'll be able to invest in one. But for now, I just got the Venomoth to fill that role as a confusion user. So the thing we gotta worry about is the counters. Like I said, that double rock weakness is going to hurt you, so there's the Alolan Golem, Graveler, and Geodude are the 2 biggest counters, and you got stuff like Magneton and Electabuzz that are going to rock it up as well. But yeah, and the flying type Pokemon are going to do really well against them with the flying weakness that it has as well. But if you can surprise somebody with the Ancient Power on their flying Pokemon, it'll do a lot of damage. It won't completely KO a Noctowl, but it will hurt it. And Noctowl is probably the thickest flyer. Yeah, it'll hurt a Pidgeot Pidgeot too, but yeah, Noctowl is like the thickest flyer in this meta, so it can almost take down Noctowl, but not quite. So yeah, let's go look at some battles with these two off-meta Pokemon. Like I said, Breloom is definitely a pretty solid replacement for Heracross if you need something that can be a hard-hitting counter user to try to take down those Vigoroth. And before we get started in the battles, I just want to say these first two are against Bestinwest. We ran a 1-to-5 series last night. He ended up winning that 5-4. I'm very lucky to have squeezed those 4 wins out. As you'll see right here, this first one was really close, and I think I did some nice tech to try to finish off this match. And yeah, so very GG to Bestinwest. I decided to take that footage and put it in multiple videos, so I was trying to use a lot of quirky Pokemon. I also use like a Torterra as part of my lineup, so yeah, look out for some more of those battles that come. And if you have not subbed to Bestinwest, what is you doing? Go do that. Do it for me. Do it for you, because you will benefit from it. So go check the link, please, and go give him a huge subscribe. Go do it, please. Yeah, let's go watch battles. Alright, so here we go. We got Yanma versus Vigoroth to start, and this is a plus matchup for us, but I elect to try to bring in my Breloom, and I want to try to counter him down, but I think I timed it bad to where he can do an instant switch, so I think I should have waited just 1 second, because now my Breloom is gone. Of course, that double weakness to flying, as I said, is really gonna hit us hard. Thankfully, I knew that would be a problem, this Noctowl, so I did bring the Graveler to go give the Noctowl some issues. We're gonna go and block the Psychic, because it didn't feel like a Sky Attack with how many fast moves he got off. I was like, man, I think this could be a Psychic, and Psychic hurts. So if I thought it was gonna be a Sky Attack, I would just let it hit. Right here, we're gonna be able to fire off a Rock Blast, and he's gonna block that one, and we are gonna have enough time to get to his Stone Edge, which is going to do massive damage to the Lantern. It doesn't completely knock it out, but it does do a lot of damage, as you can see, maybe about 2/3 or so. And then so after that, we just have the Yanma left. He's got a Thunderbolt ready to go. We were hoping we'd be able to down him on our fast moves before that. And right here is really cool tech, like not cool tech, but I had to make a decision, because right here he lets this one go through. This first charge move, he doesn't use his shield, and that gets him to where yeah, we're going to be fighting each other, racing to get these fast moves to take each other down. I do have another charge move ready to go, but I don't send it off, because if I send off the charge move, he's just going to block it, and I'm going to lose a fast move, and I might lose the matchup if I do that. So I elected not to use my fast move, and I elected to not use my charge move. I elected just to try to take him down with fast moves. I was just able to. So you could say that he should have blocked and shielded there, but if he did shield that first one, I still have a second one ready to go. So maybe it would have been the difference, maybe not. Either way, they both would have been really close. So you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't shield the first one, but I had a second one ready to go. So I could have sent that one if he did shield the first one. So who knows what way it would have went down. But it was just a really awesome match and really close, and that was just kind of crazy to see how that ended up. Like the very end of that match was kind of crazy to me. So yeah, I noticed, I was like, man, if I send this move off, he's just going to block it, and then he's going to get like an extra hit possibly, get that extra hit while I'm sending the move off. So I was like, all right, don't send it, and I think I can beat him on the fast moves, and I was just lucky to do that, very lucky. You gotta drive that home, very lucky to take that match, but also it could have played out a similar way if he did shield as well. All right, so for game 2, we got Breloom versus Heracross. We don't want no part of that. We want to save our Breloom for a potential Vigoroth. And so we go Ancient Power, the Noctowl. He blocks that, knowing that it's going to hurt. And I know I'm so close to another Ancient Power. Maybe I can get him to use both his shields, or maybe I can get some massive damage on this Noctowl. So I decided to use one of my shields, and we do get the Ancient Power. We're hoping that we can get to another one before he has a Sky Attack, but thinking probably not. And yeah, we don't get there, so it's time to just say goodbye to our Yanma. He did some pretty good work though. After that, we're going to bring in the Vigoroth, because we don't want to take any fast move damage from the Noctowl with our Breloom. Yeah, so he's going to have his Noctowl go down, and Vigoroth's just like, come on, let me at him. Alright, so now comes in the Heracross. We're like, oh no. But luckily we got a little bit of energy. We can set a Body Slam off, and then he's got a Mega Horn ready to go straight after that. So we're going to shield that, thinking that we can get to the the body slam faster and take him down. Unfortunately, he does take it out, and so right here we make a good move, I think. We body slam, build up a little energy in case we need it, then we switch to tank with Breloom, because even though he's flimsy, he can tank anything the Lantern has to throw at him. So we switch over there, and we're able to take down the Lantern with our fast moves just barely, and then send off a dynamic punch to KO the Heracross. If he did have enough energy for a second move, luckily we have another charge move ready to go on our Vigoroth. So very GG to Best, and he, like I said, he won that first of 5 series, 5-4. It's really close. He did a really good job, so go check him out. Please go do it. Anyways, Lantern versus, this is versus TM's, this is my friend TM's. Anyways, we're going to switch out into our Breloom, which we're thinking, oh no, here comes the Noctowl, and here comes, but luckily we do have enough for a dynamic punch, so we can at least force a shield off on this Noctowl. He has a little bit of lag, so I stop hitting for 1 second and wait for him to come back in. After that, we're going to bring in our Lantern, who can tank sky attacks all day, every day. He's going to resist that. Luckily, he doesn't have enough energy for a psychic move, and maybe he doesn't have the move on his Pokemon. That could be the case as well. He could just have the 1 sky attack, so we're just over here just farming up some energy. We don't want to farm too much and go in and take another sky attack, because then we'll be pretty low health. So we do eventually decide to send off the Thunderbolt. And yeah, we have enough for another Thunderbolt ready to go and 2 shields. So in comes his Lantern. We have the superior charge move for this fight, and we also have the energy ready for another Thunderbolt. He decides to just let that Lantern go and bring in his Lanoon, and we have another Thunderbolt ready to go. So Lantern did some really good work for us here, and he's a pretty good Pokemon for this cup for sure. If you guys were curious, just know he's good. He does some work. Alright, so now we have our Yanma ready to go. He's got this Lanoon, who is a fast move master with that Shadow Claw. He gets to his charge moves pretty freaking quickly, and so we're able to get the Silver Wind off, shield, and then down him with our fast moves. So we are able to, you know, do a little work with the Yanma. Alright, here we go. We have Breloom versus Lantern. This is going to be a plus matchup for us. As you see, we have lag issues again, so we stopped hitting for a second. I probably should have let him get 1 more water gun in, so I did 2 hits, and I let him get 2 hits, but, you know, it was spur of the moment. I didn't realize that he probably gets 3 water guns off for every 2 counters. I could be wrong, but that's the way it seems. Anyways, he lets his Lantern go down. We're going to switch out and bring in our Graveler, because we don't want our guy to be sitting there taking a heap ton of damage from that Noctowl. So he switches in his Sceptile. We think that we can tank 1 Leaf Blade, and thankfully we are able to do that and then go press his shields. So that's, yeah, we're very happy about that. Right here, we've battled like 2 or 3, I don't know, maybe 4 times before this, and I realized that he has Leaf Blade and Frenzy Plant, so I am able to just tank the Leaf Blade, knowing that it's not going to be an air Eel Ace from the Sceptile. So that's good for us. You know, because Aerial Ace is the one move from Sceptile we don't want no part of. We can tank the Frenzy Plant and the Leaf Blade. So now we're fighting this Noctowl, sending some Ancient Powers its way, and we get to another Ancient Power before we get to the second Sky Attack. So we still have 1 shield ready for this. Oh, the Sceptile already went down. My bad. I thought he switched them out. Alright, so here we have Yanma versus the Raichu, and we're going to try to get out before we have to use a shield. We're going to try to bring in our Breloom to tank the first hit that he had on us. So after that, we do use the shield, save our energy, and come bring in the Breloom and farm a little bit of energy before the Noctowl. Right here, he makes a bad switch. He did not mean to switch in the Lanoon, so he just decides to sacrifice it since it's going to go down on fast moves anyways. And now he brings in a Sceptile, which he did mean to bring in and use that bug. The bug is going to hurt us. Yeah, it's gonna hurt us a little bit. So we are able to take down or do a lot of work to the Sceptile at least and get some shield busted. After that, we're going to bring our Yanma back in, who's going to do great fast move damage. I don't want to have to go use a shield or tank a hit, so I did use the charge move to try and get him to use a shield or down, on which he did. So now we have 1 Pokemon coming back in. It's the Raichu that we faced earlier, and we just fire off a Silver Wind to start so we can down that thing. Boom. And there it goes. So yeah, they're just 2 off-meta Pokemon that I think are pretty fun to play with. The Breloom does fit the role of the Heracross, something that can take down the Vigoroth and be a big counter user. It can also tank hits from the Lantern, which I think is really nice, but it is very flimsy overall, so be careful using it. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's just a little fun video. I want to do some off-meta picks, so hope you enjoyed the off-meta videos. I'm going to do some meta videos as well. But y'all, thank you for watching. Y'all be easy and breezy and beautiful. Cover girls. If you're new, subscribe. And yeah, just have a good one. Peace out.